Hi, I'm Marty Nemko. This is another of my short stories. This one is called Breaking Bread. It's from my next book that I'm working on. The book is going to be called Dark Stories About Things That People Don't Like to Talk About. Anyway, again, this story is called Breaking Bread. Annie's feet hurt as they did every day. After all, she was 67 and had been on her feet all day, starting at 5 a.m., making pastries, baguettes, and Patisserie Lola's specialty, French butter croissants. When the bakery opened at 8, Annie was still cheery, not yet in pain, and made every customer feel important. No, cared about. "You're regular, Mr. Germain?" When he nodded, she said, "Let me get you your large Americano with just a splash of cream. Let me get that started, and then I'll get you your croissant." She made a point of getting each customer the largest one that was still on the tray. But by 4 o'clock, when the bakery closed, Annie was done. But she always looked forward to, in a doorway on the way home, counting her tips. Even though most bakery clerks rarely get a tip, she'd have $40, maybe 50. For her, that was the difference between making the rent and not. Annie was glad she lived walking distance from the bakery, although she was always a little nervous about walking in the neighborhood. Lola had opened her bakery there, both because the rent was affordable and to bring a bit of elegance to the otherwise gritty area. And Annie had worked there for 16 years, and nothing bad had ever happened, until yesterday. She was trudging home when a Nissan with dark-tinted windows pulled up next to her. She was a little nervous, and more so when the door opened and she saw two young men, one of whom got out and said, "Can you tell me where?" And then he grabbed her purse and threw her to the ground. The guy in the car said, "Kick her so she can't see her license plate." He did, and that worked. Annie couldn't muster the wherewithal to see the license plate before the man jumped back in the car and they screeched off. A woman in a nearby house heard the commotion but was too scared to come out until they had left. At that point, though, she raced out and asked Annie if she was okay, and Annie nodded. The woman helped Annie up and asked if she'd like to come in, and Annie said, "Thanks, but I'd feel better if I went right home. It's just another block." At the end of the next day, Annie brought a box of croissants to the woman and then continued on home, feeling that all was back in balance, for the moment. Anyway, that story is called Breaking Bread. As usual, I welcome your thumbs up and accept your thumbs down. I always look forward to your comments and especially like it if you hit the share button below. Share on your social media so that my efforts can have broader impact. And I am flattered if you choose to subscribe to my channel. And of course, I welcome your checking out my book of short stories that is available. It's called Soloists, stories of introverts and outsiders facing a dilemma. And in any event, I do thank you for watching. I am Marty Nemko.